Good evening, everybody. This is Angel Santiago. I am here with Sim Racing Media Network for the Crooked Line Racing League. We are at Irwindale Speedway today for the Irwindale 125. I hope everybody's doing just fine today. We are in for quite the exciting race. Drivers are starting to finish up with qualifying. Well, actually, my apologies. Finishing up with practice. We'll have about 5 minutes of qualifying here. Jumping in just a few minutes early. We'll go ahead and get talking just a little bit. Give it a break, and we'll get this race going. We'll go over some of the track info while we are here. Irwindale Speedway. It is a 0.47 mile oval. When I say configuration outer, this is you got a couple of let's see if we can't get a decent picture of it. Let's see. Yeah, you see some of the lines down there, but nonetheless, this track has many different options. As you can see, this right as they're coming off pit road, you see that wall there, that's an option they use for racing as well, but they're out on the big side today. Looking at the number 7 of Alex Coffey as he gets some practice laps here just as they're ready to finish those up. But nonetheless, back to the race info. Look at that snooze right there. So the weather for today is 78 degrees right there. We saw it just go ahead and update itself. The track conditions will redo themselves here for qualifying. So this is the iRacing default, what you would call it, 78 degrees, 55% humidity, um, minimal wind of 2 miles an hour. Track temp, however, 78 degrees as well. We're here at a night race, some Monday night racing. These gentlemen have put on quite the show for all of us the last couple of weeks, or last week, and then right at the end of their season number 4. So we're going to see Alex Coffey doing his qualifying lap now for just a moment. Didn't feel too good on that one from the looks of it. Nonetheless, last week's winner, we will go back and congratulate him. That was Chris Carroll, his first ever win in his debut race for the Crooked Line Racing Super Late Model Series. What a great job for him. Nothing better to start off your, of course, your debut in the league than winning the race, kind of establishing what you've got. See Alex Coffey all the way down by the grass over there trying to cut this track as short as possible. We've got quite the exciting race for you here. This season has been very nice, actually. The gentlemen who run this league have been using some custom fixed setup. So it's not the iRacing fixed setup, it's one that's been adjusted to the likes of this race car for this track to put on the absolute best performance they can and put on the best show possible. We've got about a minute and a half, just a little bit less of qualifying left. We'll give them just that time so that they can get going and finish their qualifying laps. We'll take a brief break. We'll be back in just a few moments to interview your pole sitter for the second race this season. All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Qualifying is just getting ready to finish up here for the Crooked Line Racing League's second race of the season at Irwindale Speedway. Waiting for a couple to finish up. is the number 15 of Brandon Medler going ahead and putting his lap down. Ooh, but actually, that was it. That was the time right there. All right, we'll go ahead and move to your grid here. Alex Coffey is going to be your pole sitter today. Let's go ahead and find him on Discord, bring him in. Let's get talking with our pole sitter today. I'm going to give it just a moment. We have a couple of the league admins going ahead and talking here, so we'll give them just a moment so they can talk to the drivers before we bring them in. Hey, Alex, this is Angel in the SRM broadcast booth. You got me?
Yes, sir. What's going on?
Well, Alex, I'd like to extend my congratulations to you. Great job on a blazing fast lap and getting the pole today. What's the plan for tonight's race? You got 125 laps.
Really just gonna play it on however these tires wear here. I've had this track for a long time, since way back in probably 2010. So we'll just see how it goes. I know the track pretty well, so we'll figure it out.
That's always a good thing to know. Knowing the track and being ready for it is the best thing you can do. Have a great race. Good luck, and we hope to be talking to you at the end of the day today.
10-4, appreciate it.
No problem. That was Alex Coffey, your pole sitter for today's race. As they get lined up and gridded, we will go through the grid here. So as mentioned, Alex Coffey with the pole with a 1788.7. Brian Zimmerman in the number 28. He is going to be in second. Joshua Sexton, second place finisher last season in the standings, didn't have a great start to the season last week, so he'll be looking to improve on that. Jason Day in fourth, Tanner Marr in fifth, Christian J. Pittman. So we got a couple guys moving around. Sorry about that. Chris Carroll's actually going to be fourth, Tanner Marr fifth, Jason Day sixth, Bradley Yeo in seventh, Christian J. Pittman in eighth, Jason Powell in ninth, Nathan Hale in 10th, Jason Raymond in 11th, Jack Brown is 12th. Get to the rest of these guys here if we can't get them before this. Levi Allen's in 13th, Scotty Stevens 14th, Mike Klein 15th, William Everham in 16th, but we've got this race to get going here. We'll show you the ticker up top. And they are green. What a big jump there for Brian Zimmerman. Second place car gets loose there. He's looking to hopefully try and clear the number 7 Alex Coffey here, and he's going to clear him here off of turn 4, into turn 3 off of turn 2. Look at Alex Coffey all the way to the bottom, as we've seen him doing during his qualifying session. He's going to keep it above the white line here as he battles second place with Jason Day. Jason will get a good run off of turn 2. Can he hold on to it? You see, Alex is really one of the only guys who's able to run all the way at the bottom over there. Requires quite a bit of patience and throttle control to be running down that low. Alex Coffey is proving he can do it very well, but he's going to clear out in the third place. Familiar faces of Joshua Sexton and Christian J. Pittman in 4th and 5th, numbers 1 and 2 in the championship last season. We're going to try running back through the field here a little bit more, as we got quite the jumble of cars. Here's Levi Allen. He is side by side right now with the, looks like, let's see who we got for him. A couple of drivers with paint schemes updated here. Nonetheless, Levi Allen looking to clear for the 10th spot. Right behind him is Jason Powell, number 18. The number 2 was Scotty Stevens, side by side with him. And they are, look at this, almost 2 or 3 wide. You can see when they hit the darkness, the cars really darken up and the light comes back. The lights are a little bit different on this track compared to most. They are actually in the infield facing outwards. So you see little by little as the cars will continue to light up. We got great views here from the chopper, from the blimp. As the 44 Jason Raymond, the 18 of Jason Powell, and the 19 of Willie Everham continue to stay right up next to each other. The 20 of Mike Klein is right there with him. Chris Stitz, Brennan Bogo. We saw all these guys show speed last week at one point during the race. The guy who showed perhaps the most speed is the number 99 of Chris Carroll, as he is right now battling from the back. He started up in the 4th position, so he qualified up there, maybe had an issue, had to drop back. Looking to make his way up after having won the inaugural, the season opener last week. Brian Lofton shows him in the white number 4. He might come across the top of your screen as number 23. Just get an update on trading payments maybe on our side. We'll get that checked out next caution we get. As previously mentioned, Brennan Bogo. Brandon Medler had shown quite a bit of speed. Looked like he might have been the top guy a couple times last week on that team. Frank Barberry over the number 29. James Grimm in the number 22. But a nice, number 34 in the 22nd spot. We're already seeing these drivers make their way around. James Grimm does indeed go lap down here. They are going to track very quickly. You have 125 laps, but you're through in 18 seconds. It does not take long to get around, and it looks like we're going to have our very first caution of the day. 12 laps into it here on the 13th lap. Let's see exactly what happened here. The 99 of Chris Carroll right behind the 20 and the 12. Oh, listen, the 20 just barely taps the 18, and it just everybody kind of checks up, and that put a couple of those gentlemen into the wall right there. So bad luck there for Chris Carroll. You see Brandon Medler down there. Not sure if he's just trying to avoid it. Go back here to Jason Powell, number 18. He slowed up. The 20 just got to his bumper just a little bit, but that's all it takes to get these cars loose. Oh, Medler got met right in the middle. I think it's pretty minimal damage. He should be all right. So great racing to start there. These drivers are really keeping it clean. Just a slight error is all it took to get somebody sideways. We'll look back at our leader, Brian Zimmerman. Him and Jason Day in the number 52 have identical fastest laps at 17:98. Certainly not holding back here early in this race. As you saw there, that was the number 34 of James Grimm coming around the leaders. He got the lucky dog after going a lap down in the early stages of this race, so he's right back on the lead lap. See, laps took away not just fast and during the race, but under caution. I mean, we had the caution lap came out around right between lap 13 coming on to 14. We're already on lap 16, so it does not take long to get through here. Right now, Brian Zimmerman, of course, still your leader. He took the lead on the initial start from Alex Coffey, having gotten that outside. And actually, he just went ahead over the radio, announced that he will be taking the outside lane. Not too much of a surprise. We saw the nice launch it gave him to go from second to first. So Jason Day will be lined up at the bottom. Alex Coffey there in third. Christian J. Pittman, of course. Doesn't take Christian J. Pittman long to get himself to the front. I say it with a chuckle because this man, he can absolutely wheel these super late models. We've seen him start out back a few different times, and he always finds a way to get himself back up front, and certainly somebody always to contend with. Not a betting man, but if you give me an option to play some bets for these races, I can tell you this much: Christian J. Pittman would be the guy that I would bet on. He is always showing some speed. He started back in 8th. He's made his way up to 4th. Not to take away from Jason Day though, he actually started in 6th and he's up to 4 spots. My apologies, to the 2nd position. So quite a few guys have made their way up. Green flag is out. Brian Zimmerman, a nice big jump on the outside that'll allow Christian Pittman to get to the outside of Jason Day as they go almost 3 wide there for 2nd, coming off turn 2. Alex Coffey in the bottom is going to have to bail out of it. Doesn't have quite the run when you're all the way at the bottom. Oh, we got a caution here. Say cautions breed cautions, and when you pile these cars up on top of each other, everybody's trying to get the most that they can on these restarts, and just takes one mistake for something to happen there. See, these drivers will slow up to see for the pace car. Let's try to see exactly what may or may not have happened. Doesn't even register for us here. We'll see what happened. No, it was definitely further behind. Somebody just getting loose out back over there. So we'll have to try to figure out where this one happened. Definitely happened further back in the field. Oh, the 20 looks like he just tagged Frank Barberry just a little bit. Great save there. Great driving by the drivers behind. So we caught that. It wasn't even enough to register as a crash, but just enough to give them a caution flag. Great driving there by Frank Barberry to keep that vehicle under control and still going. Didn't even decide to come to pit road. He's looking good still. Right now in the 20th position. Back up to the leaders as Brian Zimmerman is just announced he's taking the outside as they come down to 2 to go. That will always work in the favor of the leader, but Christian J. Pittman is not one to be doubted against. He is somebody that you can absolutely believe he can get a good restart on these restarts. So Christian J. Pittman will be on the inside. Alex Coffey's maybe got himself in a pretty good spot here, restarting in the 4th position. We'll have to see how it goes here. Green flag. Christian Pittman's going to stay close. That's the best restart we've seen from the bottom, but it's not going to be enough. He can get there, but Brian Zimmerman's going to have that real nice run on the outside. Just continue to carry the momentum. Alex Coffey looking to stay on the outside of Pittman. Their goal is just going to be to freight train Pittman, but Pittman's going to find his way. No, he decides to drive back to the bottom. Oh, something happened with Christian J. Pittman. He's calling over the radio. His screen went black. He looks to be okay now as he's going to get this car gathered under himself as well. They're staying 3 wide. He pulled immediately off as soon as his screen went black there. Great heads-up racing on his side. He's going to find his way back out here in front of the 26 of Jack Brown as he's going to fall right back to the 8th spot about where he started as they are still on top of each other. You got 5, 6, 7 cars driving right on top of each other. The 3 wide. He's 3 wide with his teammate. Oh, a little bit of contact off of 2. They make more contact. They're going to save it, but right there it looks like the 51's going to get turned nonetheless. No caution came out there, but wow, I cannot believe they saved it. Let's see if we can't get back. Let's see. Come back there here in 1 and 2. See Christian Pittman all the way down at the bottom, slides up a little bit, makes contact with his teammate. They're gonna keep it together, but the 26 of Jack Brown just had nowhere to go and drove into the back of Joshua Sexton, sending him onto pit lane. So look back at Joshua Sexton. He did not lose a lap, was able to get back out, but you see the leaders are right behind him. It's a good thing Joshua Sexton has been fast today. You know, he did qualify up in a third spot. Right now, mired back in 21st. Frank Barberry had some damage on that one. He came down to get it repaired on pit lane. To go back to the leaders, these guys have kept it close. Jason Day made himself back up into the second spot, passing Alex Coffey. Bradley, I'm sorry. My apologies, Bradley. In the number 35. He's in the fourth spot here, just looking down. That's a perfect view. Look at this. You can already see those brake rotors blowing here at Irwindale at night. That there being the number 35. We'll jump back here, see if we got some action around here. Look at this. Of course, there's always action around this field for the Crooked Line Racing League. Look at Jack Brown dives all the way to the bottom. He's going to slide up the racetrack, try to put the buck on the number 9, and he will just, I'm sorry, the number 8 of Brennan Bogo. They're all right on top of each other. Scotty Stevens right behind. We saw him with plenty of speed last week as well, looking to make his way back up. He had really worked his way up after being stuck with a bad starting spot last week. So we see him trying to do the same today. They are through right behind. That's Willie Everham, the number 99 of Chris Carroll, last week's winner. And Brandon Metler, the number 15. Are behind is Mike Klein. And that Bills themed number 20 super late model. Looks like it's got a Toyota front end for him. Jason Powell, about a second and a half back from this. As is James Graham and Joshua Sexton, still trying to hold on to a distance from the leaders. Looks like they picked up just a little bit, but not too much. He's staying at a decent pace in front of them. He'll be hoping for a caution here. That last time around, going back to your leaders, Brian Zimmerman was just about half a tenth faster than Jason Day, but they continue to stay right on top of each other. We look at our top overall speed of the day as Jason Day looks low on the leader for first. He's actually got the fastest top speed at 124 miles an hour. Compare that to 120 with Brian Zimmerman. So when you're running out there in second, you are looking to try to drive it in as deep as you possibly can. That last time around, Jason had Brian by about 8/100ths of a second. As Alex Coffey and Bradley in third and fourth run identical lap times to our first place driver, Brian Zimmerman. Right now, the fastest driver today was, of course, no surprise, Christian J. Pittman with a 17.93, about half a tenth faster than both our leaders' fastest lap of 17.98. Let's jump on to my favorite view here that we get, the cockpit view. The second place drivers, he continues to try to make some moves on the leader, trying to get past Brian Zimmerman. Oh, we got a car up riding on the wall there, right in front of the leaders. They're going to slow it down, try to give him a chance to get off. Looks like that might be the number 34. We'll jump right back out and see. Yep, that is James Grime. Or Grimm. I apologize. I've said that maybe wrong a few different times today. James Grimm. He just got into the wall hard. Oh, right into the tire barrier. And that allowed the car to kind of what you would say a Lightning McQueen to turn here. So he just drives right around. Oh, it stops, goes over on its nose and lands back. Wow, great job by everybody. Seeing that car come hit it down. There's nothing James could have done. He's just along for the ride at that point. So great awareness on everybody not to get into him as they were coming across. So here we are, 45 laps into 125 laps race. So we still got plenty to go here. 80 laps to go still in this race, but again, 45 laps already in 17 minutes. Not even, and this is our second caution of the day. So these drivers are really laying down the laps. Well, Brian Zimmerman continues to be your leader. Done a fantastic job today on these restarts, holding them off. So Christian J. Pittman, he had announced just in an emergency. You can tell his screen going black. Luckily, got that fixed immediately. Didn't have to pull off. Didn't have to exit the race. So a little bit of a scare, but he's good to go. Everybody else around him kept it clean. He had slight contact with his teammate that put Joshua Sexton almost a lap down, but he was able to hold on with just enough speed. We're getting ready to go green once again. Is your leader with no surprise going to take the outside? Actually, looks like pace lights are still on. We should be coming to one to go this time around. Let's see, we focus here on the pace car. Those lights are off. Everybody will start doubling them up, assume their positions. Jason Day will be starting on the inside here. Nice spot for Bradley in the number 35. We'll be starting on that outside, back into fourth position. We'll see, can he do anything with that? Pace cars down. They are back green. Oh, Alex Caulfield's an aggressive move there. Looked like he was ready to take him three wide. And he is going to take him three wide here into turn one. We got a car in the wall further up. We'll go back to that later as they stay side by side for second. Brian Zimmerman pulls away to just a 0.3 of a second lead, but it is Bradley and Jason Day side by side in those three cars, and they are wrecking behind them there off of turn four. We saw a car sideways. These guys are putting on quite the battle for us here. We'll go back here, see what happened. Oh, looks like contact between Brian Lofton and the four of Tanner Marr. Oh, and these guys just had nowhere to go. Willie Everham gonna make contact there as well. Let's try to get this from a different view here. Yeah, it looks like Tanner Marr just slid up the racetrack there and got into Brian Lofton. Not something we see Tanner do often, making mistakes. So Brian Lofton, I know he's a young kid. I do remember hearing about it last week. I couldn't tell you his age exactly. I don't want to make a mistake, but definitely a young kid doing a great job racing with these drivers out here. Actually finished in the third position last week. An iRacing glitch may have told you guys otherwise if you guys don't remember, giving him a last disqualification. But they went back, did some thorough research. Great job done by the leaders of this league, and they determined it was definitely an iRacing super glitch, as we've seen. If you race iRacing, you know this just happened here and there. So Lofton was, of course, awarded his third place position that he so rightfully earned last week. Here we are, lap 52 of 125, not quite at halfway yet. Now, most of these drivers have not come down to pit road. Actually, Chris Carroll was the last driver on pit road. And that was actually on lap 14 for about 4 seconds, just kind of topping off, you would imagine there. And Jason Powell, he came in lap 45 getting some damage fixed up probably. Still no takers, however. They're getting ready to double them back up. Lights are off on the pace car, and I believe so. Actually, let's jump onto the cockpit view here. Nope, lights are not off. We're going to be 2 to go here nonetheless. As we've seen in last week and last season, these drivers, this league, seem to have just some of the most beautiful paint schemes you can see. These super late models really work well with paint schemes, and even in the dark or in the light there, as they go through some of the portions of lights and darkness here at Irwindale. Fun fact, actually, was the place that where if you've seen the Titan games was actually filmed here in the infield of Irwindale Speedway. Ready to go back green. Once again, Brian Zimmerman with the lead. Big jump for him. Is we going to stack it up a little bit? He went a little bit later than everybody was expecting there. As now we're going to be side by side for second. Jason Raymond and Bradley, they're going to stay side by side there for second. Right behind is Chris Stitz looking to get to the outside there of Bradley, trying to freight train him. We'll have to see what Bradley can do. Jason Day is going to fall back now to the 5th spot. Looks like he should clear himself up to the high side. And Jason Raymond, now your number 2 driver here. He started this race back in the 11th position, so he's up 9 spots. But nobody's up more spots than the 3rd place driver of Chris Stitz. Started this race back in the 17th position out of 22 available spots that started. And he is up 14 spots here to 3rd. Making great amount of headway so far is Chris Stitz. Go back here to the field a little bit. Jason Day right on the bumper there of the number 35. Tanner Marr. We know he always knows how to show some speed. He knows how to win some races as they are side by side right behind Alex Coffey. And here comes Christian Pittman making his way. Oh, making a little bit of contact there into the turn. Coffey's going to slide up. Not sure if he made contact with a wall. And Alex is going to show a little bit of... he wasn't very appreciative of that one. Give Christian just a little bit of a bump going into the next turn, but they'll keep it clean. Right behind him is the 00 of Nathan Hale and the number 41 of Levi Allen. Oh, and Levi makes contact with Nathan. Oh, can Nathan save it? Wow, what a save there by Nathan, but inconvenient moment for him to have some contact. Was doing a very good job there running in the 9th position before that happened. Let's see if we can get another view of that. As they dive here into the turn 3. Looks like Levi just slid up the racetrack just enough to make enough contact to get the 00 sideways. As we talk here, Brian Zimmerman has pulled away to about a 4/10 of a second lead. At 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, they're all right on top of each other, all within half a second. So Christian Pittman is now looking to make the move on Tanner Marr. We've seen quite a few nice battles from these two last season at the end of the season, and here they are battling once again. No surprise. Here as they are right up against each other, waiting for somebody to make a mistake. Get through here. Brian Lofton. Oh, side by side gets into Scotty Stevens. Oh, heavy contact for Chris Carroll. Our last week winner. Quite a few drivers. What timing for us to jump onto there. Hopefully not what they would consider the broadcaster's curse. As soon as we jump on, we have a yellow flag. We'll see if we can't jump back here and see what happened. We'll jump here. Brian Lofton just slides up, gets into the 2. Yeah, heavy damage there for Scotty Stevens. Chris Carroll. '99 tries slowing up, gets into it. It looks like the number 18 as well. Jason Powell was going to be involved in that one. That was the caution that Nathan Hale needed before going a lap down. And maybe it was the number 34 that was kind of right in the middle of that as well. So big caution there, involving quite a few different drivers. You see Brian Lofton making his way down the pit road now. Mike Klein, one of the first from the front of the drivers to come down pit road. Joshua Sexton as well on pit road. Chris Carroll may not have as much heavy contact as we imagined, as he is still going to be out on the racetrack. Right now, from the looks of it, we've got, let's see, James Grimm not going to come down, so Jason Powell needed to come down pit road for damage repair. Joshua Sexton came down pit road. Mike Klein, Brian Lofton, Nathan Hale, and Scotty Stevens, definitely with that damage, needed to come down pit road. And from the looks of it, Scotty Stevens will use his fast repairs. We just get past the halfway point of this race. So lots of drivers pitting here on lap 66, 67. Right at the halfway point so that they can make it to the end of the race without having to pit one more time. Let's jump back to the leaders here. Let's see past the A pillar here what the pace cars are looking like. Lights are off, so we're definitely going to be one to go here. And it looks like Jason Raymond will be the next to fall into the pits of Brian Zimmerman being on the inside. Can he get a good start on this restart? Take a bit of an outside view. Brian Zimmerman, a great restart. Although Jason Raymond, a pretty good one. We'll see if he can't slide into second here right in front of Bradley. And he'll do just that. He'll slide into second. He won't lose any spots. By no means is that surprise against Jason Raymond's driving abilities. We've seen what he can do moving up to the field, but that second position has lost spots as they are 3 wide behind Levi Allen, Alex Coffey, and Christian Pittman. 3 of the fastest guys we see week in and week out taking it 3 wide through there. Christian will go ahead and back out as Levi and Alex Coffey stay side by side. Now it's Christian side by side with Willie Everham, showing some speed last week as well. Looks like Willie will give it up, and he'll fall to the 10th position. Now we're 3 wide for 10th. Brandon Metler, Jack Brown, they're looking to stay 3 wide here. Christian Pittman is driving, Metler's driving deep into there. We've got a caution. Driving in as deep as he did on the inside may give him that 10th spot, I believe so. Let's jump back down here and see what the flag was for. Looks like James Grimm possibly, the number 34. Oh, he just gets loose, overcorrects it into the wall, tries to save it, but same thing's gonna happen to him that happened earlier where he was just stuck on the wall. He stuck upside down this time, wasn't able to get out of the car. Was able to exit just in time, but it was just enough enough time so that no drivers get involved. You see, that was Mike Klein that was coming up on him. But not enough time for the caution not to come out. Oh, it's a scary moment there for for the 20. Just never know. Oh, we're back under caution here. Metler was indeed able to get past Willie Everham and Jack Brown for the 10th position, so he took him 3 wide all the way to the bottom. That'll give him the spot as the caution came out there. Chris Carroll's going to make his 2nd stop of the day. His first pit stop was on lap 14, I believe. Quick repairs and a little bit of a top off on fuel. We'll see, does he take tires this time around? These drivers get 1 extra set of tires for the race. And they race some Hoosiers here, and as you see, right side goes up, and he'll get some fresh Hoosiers. Right sides, and inevitably the left side tires. That'll be his last set for the day. About splits this race in half for him. So far, our top 13 have yet to come down pit road. Brian Lofton is the first driver on. I'm not sure if he took fresh tires. The time looks as if he definitely would have taken fresh tires. He was in for 25 seconds and had some repairs to get done as well. next time around, or next caution we get, we'll go ahead and bring our leader in, Brian Zimmerman. Waited maybe just a little too long. We won't have enough time to get a decent conversation with him. As always, we'd like to thank one of the big sponsors for the series, Buttkicker. Feel what you've been missing. If you don't already know about Buttkicker, absolutely recommend looking them up. But don't just look up a website and see what they talk about. Go look up a YouTube and see people actually using it and the difference it makes on their sim rigs. It really does enhance your experience. Here we are. Pace car goes down. Brian Zimmerman. We'll see if Jason Raymond can do it again and hang on to second place, or will Chris Stitz on the outside get a good start? You see, Jason pulls down a little bit, and that gives him just a little bit less racetrack to work with. He'll stay at the bottom. Chris Stitz has got to run. Can he clear him? Oh, Raymond can't quite clear Stitz. He'll look to slide right behind Stitz here in front of the number 35 of Bradley. He'll do just that. Bradley's going to get a big run, but he's not going to be able to do much with it, as Tanner Marr and Jason Day are side by side right behind. Right behind them, it's Alex Coffey. Oh, Alex Coffey sideways. He didn't make contact with Christian Pittman as he hits the wall. Alex Coffey kept it going, but the worst of that one was Christian Pittman. Let's go back and take a look at what happened here. Oh, maybe there's a little bit of net code. Not sure. Looks like the 7 was just trying to prep himself to get into the turn and didn't realize the 14 would be as low as he was. Not that he was that low. That'll be a lifesaver for Christian J. Pittman to not go a lap down here. That time around, right before the caution came out, Chris Stitz ran his fastest lap of the race in 18:16. So good job for him. We'll jump back here and see what happened to bring out this caution. Here's the number 34. Oh, he's loose. He's loose already getting into the corner. He keeps it good, but he's just going to lose it here off of the turn. Did a great job and is right in front of Barney the flagman, so that was an easy decision for Barney to throw out that caution. We'll see if these leaders decide to come down pit road just yet. I'll wait a moment to see if they don't come down pit road. Don't want to bother the leader if he's got some pit strategy to work. If not, we'll bring him right in for his interview. Keith Mack, I know they wish you were here tonight as well. They put on quite the performance worthy of this track. And Gregory Delgado, yes, the 15's been doing pretty good today. So it might be the 00 he's talking about. It said Hale. That's Nathan Hale, the 00. Leader doesn't come down pit road here, so we'll go ahead and jump on, get an interview with him. Hey Brian, this is Angel with the SLM broadcast booth. You got us?
Yeah, bud. How you doing tonight?
Man, I'm doing great watching you just dominate this race, but not dominate and pull away, but you are just making it impossible for everybody to pass you. You just led a ton of laps today. How's that car feeling tonight?
Car's feeling really good. They did a great job on this setup. But yeah, track position's king here. It's really tough to pass those guys on the inside. I'm gonna be starting on the outside, guys. We're still 2 to go, but yeah, it's a great setup. These guys really did a good job putting a good set under the car. And like I said, track position is king here. It's hard to pass if you're on that inside.
Yes, very true. You've shown the great restarts you've gotten on the outside. We'll let you go here as we're coming to 1 to go on the restart. Good luck, and we'll see if we're talking to you here at the end of the race.
Sounds good, bud. Hopefully we'll be talking to you again.
Absolutely. Good luck. That was the 28 of Brian Zimmerman, the man who's been on top this entire race, doing a great job. He says they put up a great setup for him as the pace car dives down. It is a fixed setup league, but as mentioned earlier, not the iRacing setup. So getting ready to restart here. Can Chris Stitz? Oh, Chris Stitz doesn't get the start he wanted there, but neither does the number 35 or Bradley. Chris should be able to clear him. He'll give him the room nonetheless. He'll slide right in front of him. Jason Raymond all the way to the bottom, trying to make up something here. He is side by side now with Jason Day for fourth. He has the clearance in front of Tanner Marr, but alright, sorry about that. My dog got into the wire and pulled it out of place. So hopefully you guys can hear me still. We'll give it just a few moments while it comes through. Go ahead and take a brief break just for the moment, make sure everything's running correctly. We'll go ahead and do our turn it up session here. Alright, we should be back up and running here. As we see, we had a caution on that last moment there, so let's jump back in and see what all happened. Oh, the 19 gets a little bump to 26. And they just make contact there off of turn 2. Oh, and the 19 was big into the wall there. Let me bring it back just a little bit. The TV angle wasn't the best for you guys. Oh, and poor Scotty Stevens was kind of stuck there. Had nowhere to go. But heavy contact there for the number 19 of Willie Abraham. Looks like some of our leaders making their way down pit road for the first time today. caution, we will be right back. Let's go ahead and make sure the rest is up and working after that quick little disconnection. Alright, we're back green there. Sorry for that, just barely missed the start. Just trying to get things correct here. Here we are, 24 laps to go. Look at the drivers drive deep down into turn 3 there. Brian Zimmerman, still your leader here, gets a great start. It's Chris Stitz there in second place, battling it out with Jason Day. They're all keeping together. As Look has made his way back up to the front. That is the number 99 in that beautiful looking blue paint scheme of Chris Carroll, making his way up, trying to get himself back-to-back victories here. We got a lap car in front of the leaders, but look at the mess we have back here. 3, 4 cars right on top of each other. We're going to pull it to the chopper view here to get a good look. Alex Coffey's all the way to the bottom, looking to cut this track as short as he can. Can't quite clear the 20 of Mike Klein. He'll dive back low. Mike with a really good run to that turn. Look at this. They're still side by side here. That's Levi Allen, number 8, Brendan Bogo. Joshua Sexton right behind him. Here's the 44 of Jason Raymond, having come down pit road that last time, trying to make up some spots. Brandon Medler, Jason Powell. We see them. We saw Jason in some an accident earlier, making his way back up to the front, trying to at least. Back to the leaders. Chris Stitz is on the hunt there for the lead. Let's jump to his view and see what he is looking at here as he tries to hunt down the leader. That is the number 26 of Jack Brown right in front of them. He's driving this thing as hard as he possibly can. Wants to try to make that pass. Right on there, can't quite make it happen just yet. You see the changing of the interior just as the car goes in and out with the light. It just kind of happens that way. All the way to the bottom here, not quite enough. We'll jump back to the TV. Stitz is now looking to the inside. Lost a little bit there off of the turn. Now he's just getting freight trained as he tried making that pass and wasn't able to. We are down to 16 laps to go in this race. Doesn't take very long, as we mentioned before. Brian Zimmerman has dominated, but look at this. Alex Coffey back to the bottom, trying to make up some spots here. He was our pole sitter today. He is looking to try to get himself back to first place and lead the most important lap. He said he has plenty of experience here, and it is showing. He is able to make passes where other guys couldn't imagine. Oh, the 99 makes contact with Jason Day. Jason's going to save it. No, he goes sideways. No caution just yet. We'll have to jump back there and see exactly what happened. Is look at this. Alex Coffey has made his way back to the inside of Brian Zimmerman. Alex took tires on that last pit stop, and he's using it to his advantage. Just like that, he makes the pass easily. What a run there for Alex Coffey on that restart. Came flying through, trying to make up as many spots as he can with those fresh set of tires, as we are now down to 12 laps to go. Brian Zimmerman is having to watch as Alex pulls away with his victory. Chris Carroll came in on lap 75 for fresh tires. He is looking to still make some use out of them. He gets to the inside there of Brian Zimmerman, and here we are. Caution is out with 11 laps to go. Wow, what a pass there we saw Alex take for the lead. Let's jump back in here and see what was the reason for the wreck. Oh, Nathan Hale and Brennan Bogo get into each other. Oh, looks like a little bit of definitely Nathan was not happy there with, let's see, and we can't back it up a little bit. Now here it is going into turn one. Oh, he gets a big run on Nathan, gets into the back of him. The both of them do a great job of keeping it together. And then just contact there off of the turn. Not sure if maybe Nathan just lost it trying to gas it back up again. I can tell you, Alex Coffey was definitely not looking for that caution to come out. He was ready to pull away from these guys. Now these guys have a chance to get back at him. Brian Zimmerman and Bradley Yao. I'm probably butchering it. Sorry about that, Bradley. They still have yet to come to the pit road. Neither has Tanner Marr back there in the 7th spot. All these guys around him have come in. Most recently, of course, Alex Coffey on lap 99. At a 125 lap race, that was not very long ago. Chris Carroll came in on lap 75. Christian J. Pittman came in on lap 83. We saw him get involved in a wreck earlier. Look, he's made his way back up. Like I said, champions find their way back up, and it's exactly what Christian has done. His race could have been over not too long ago, but he's made his way back up there. Currently our biggest mover of the race, the kid Brian Lofton in the white number 4. You see the black number 4, Tanner Marr, behind him. I think just again, instead of getting maybe a bit of an issue here, trading paints. Lofton will come across the top of your screen there as number 23. Yeah, Gregory Hale definitely took some damage there, but you know what? He is still on the lead lap over in the 12th spot on the outside, looking to try to make up some time here. A lot of fast guys back here in the pack. Alex Coffey is going to start on the outside. He's been good on the inside, but just because you're good there doesn't mean you have to have that as your spot. Chris Carroll lays back a little bit, gets a nice run. He'll clear himself for second place as Alex Coffey has got the lead. Look at this, 3 wide behind him. Brian Zimmerman trying to hold on. He's got the number 35 of Bradley. Here comes Christian Pittman. Tanner Marr all the way to the bottom. Looks like that's a 35 into the wall. Side by side, Christian and Brian Zimmerman looking to stay there for third. Christian can't quite come up. Brian's got the run to stay on his outside. Oh, there's contact. The 28 goes around in front of the field. We got a big wreck here going into this turn. Many drivers taken out with 5 laps to go. Unbelievable as Brian Zimmerman's coming through. He'll catch right back up to the pack here. I thought he might be coming back for somebody there. How fast he was, but he's good. Gets it back under him. Let's go back to that one, see what all happened. Let's try to get a different view of that one. Not the best view to see exactly what could have happened. Looks like the 14 just tries to get up next to him, try to stay onto his side, and just gets it to 28 enough. Takes Brian Lofton with him. Tanner Marr, not too bad of contact, but heavy contact there for Jason Powell. You see the number 35 involved in there as well. So quite a few top drivers involved in that big wreck, including the guy who's just dominated today's race, Brian Zimmerman, as he's now coming to pit road, has no other choice. We should have a green-white checkered here. Let's see. Nope, this would be our first attempt at a green-white checkered. The Crooked Line Racing League for the super late models, they do offer of course green-white checkers, a total of 3 of them, so this will be the first one here as we go into overtime. Man, I'm telling you, every week this is a This is a league that does not disappoint. They put on quite a great show every week. No matter who you think could possibly win the race after dominating like Brian Zimmerman did, you just never know what might happen, what strategy puts somebody where. We know how aggressive Christian Pittman can be. We saw what he did there, and definitely not on purpose, just a racing incident. I know maybe Brian Zimmerman might feel different, but that's definitely a racing incident, not something that we see often with Christian. We know he's aggressive, but not something to wreck like that. So can't speak for anybody, but from here, just looks like nice hard racing and a fantastic Monday night super late model league as they continue to put on quite the show. Run through your leaderboard real quick here before they get going. Alex Coffey's in first, Chris Carroll in second. Got Brian Lofton up 17 spots. He got involved a couple laps ago to an accident, but here he is back up here. Christian Pittman starting on the inside. He's going to need to really make some moves here to try to stay out from that bottom side and lose that time. Here they go, going to restart. Green, white, checkered. Big jump for Alex Coffey. Christian Pittman had to jump to the bottom to get out of the way. Maybe an issue for him. That's good. He's not going to be in contention to win. Here comes Chris Carroll now battling it out with Brian Lofton. Alex Coffey is driving it in, trying to hold off last week's winner. They are 3, almost 4 wide coming off of turn 2 there. 1 lap to go. We're going to keep it clean here so far. Does Chris Carroll use the bumper if he catches Coffey? Can he make the race-winning move here in the turns 3 and 4? Not quite enough. They're going to stay side by side there, but Alex Coffey is going to win the race here at Irwindale for the Irwindale 125. He'll win it from the pole position. Chris Carroll's going to back up last week's win with a second place spot. Brian Lofton back-to-back third place finishes. Great job for the kid, making up some great time after starting back in the 20th position today. Wow, what a finish today, and once again, like always, just never a disappointment here at the Crooked Line Racing League for their super late model races on Monday nights. My goodness, what a run there. Well, Brian Lofton's ready for his interview. We missed his interview last week after not getting in, so he said he wanted an interview this week, and he earned it, that's for sure. Let's go ahead and bring Brian in. Hey, Brian, this is Angel with the SRM broadcast booth. You got me?
Yeah, I got you.
Let's see. I'm not hearing you.
You got me.
It's not coming up here for me. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, just some technical issues here. Brian, I can see you're talking, at least you're trying to talk back here, but I still cannot hear you. Maybe it's just on my end after the unplug of my headset.
You got me?
Okay, Brian, I know it looks like we're good with you on the broadcast. We can hear you on the broadcast. It's definitely here on my end. Alright, Brian, let me try this again. Do you still hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
Here, let me move you back down. Okay, let's try this again. Brian, you got me?
You got me now.
Okay, my apologies, everybody. This is definitely on my side. We can hear him on. I know you guys can hear him on the broadcast. So Brian, good job on your race today. I can't hear what you're saying. Go ahead and give a shout out to whoever you would like.
Yeah, I'd like to thank Eleanor Transmissions,
And
TMF
again,
Metal
my
Solutions,
apologies
and
that
my dad
we
and my
couldn't
possible
get
for
you
all they
in
did
last
for me.
week either. So looks like we're gonna have to owe everybody here at least one interview next week. Again, my apologies on this side. Brian missed out last week, and again, sorry about this one, Brian, that it's not working out on this end. All right, we're gonna bring in these guys nonetheless to talk. I know I can't hear them. I know you guys can, so we'll try to see what we've got. Hey, Chris, this is Angel in the SRM broadcast booth. I am having some technical issues on my side. I can hear you, but I know that the fans can hear you on the broadcast. So congratulations. Back-to-back podium finishes. You finished first last week and second this week. A great way to start the season for you. Go ahead and give yourself a quick recap and thank who you'd like, and hopefully we can the fans can still hear you on this one.
10-4. Thank you, Angel. I wasn't real happy with some guys out there tonight. I don't know. I'm not going to say names on here, but a few guys just running everybody over out there and then not racing with any respect. It was kind of ugly near anywhere in the middle. It wasn't cool at all. Everyone was getting run over. So other than that, I mean, I just did what I had to do to get to the front, and everybody at the front seemed to be pretty cordial, but I thought a lot of guys raced with no respect out there tonight, and it was ugly. But we'll take a second, and we'll go on to next week. Coffee did an awesome job there, and congrats to him. Well deserved. He played his cards right there. Have to go back and look at the replay and see how he won that. But got to thank everyone at Pit Lizard Performance and Brian Zimmerman for the sponsorship, USAFirearms.com, and all the guys out there that are racing clean.
Okay, looks like actually we had some issues on our side again with the our setup here. Again, my apologies. That would have been your second place finisher, Chris Carroll. For some reason, looks like Brian Lofton was coming up in third on our screening, but in fact it was Tanner Marr. So we're gonna run a little bit longer in this broadcast than normal. Let's go ahead and try to bring Tanner Marr in.
I didn't junk everything.
And thank you again to Chris Carroll. Tanner, my apologies. It's coming up here now. It's showing here you in third place, and the other side is still showing Brian. So my apologies. Tanner, again, I'm having issues. Can't hear you. Just go ahead and give me a quick little recap of the race for you and whoever you'd like to thank.
All right, Angel. I don't know if you can hear me or not. Test. All right, so yeah, I think Carson got DQ'd right there or something. I'm not even sure if y'all can hear this on the broadcast, but happy to finish third. Want to thank McConey Setup Shop, MF Racing Designs, the Buttkicker.com, Raise Energy, FB Sim Button Box, and BAM Racing Videos. I know I'm forgetting some. McConey Setup Shop, MF Racing Designs, the Buttkicker.com, Raise Energy, and just, I mean, everybody. Savage Edge Apparel, everybody that supports the team. Five Kings Motorsports over on Facebook. We're happy with the third place finish. We got a legit third. Carson had a black flag and decided to stay out on the track for whatever reason, but it is what it is. All in all, good race.
All right. Thank you, Tanner. I'm hoping that was at the end. I'm not cutting you off at all. Congratulations on your third place finish. My apologies again on the confusion there. Great job on the third place finish. As we always see last year, you've had some strong finishes so far, so nice to start off the season with a third place finish. So that was Tanner Marr, your third place finisher. We're going to go ahead and bring in your race winner now, Alex Coffey. Alex, this is Angel in the broadcast booth. I'm having some technical issues where I cannot hear you, but I know that on the broadcast itself, you are going to be heard. So, congratulations on winning from the poll, exactly as we talked about at the start of this one. Just go ahead and give yourself a quick recap of your race and whoever you'd like to thank afterwards.
Oh yes, sir, man. I had an interesting strategy. I was trying to wait on everybody else to pit first. That way, I'd have newer tires towards the end based on how many cautions we were having. But a lot of people never pitted. So about lap 80, 90, I went in the pits to give myself time to work my way back up and utilize the inside line. And had a few, little run-ins on the way up. But, we ended up in the front, so that's what matters. And I'd like to thank my teammate Brennan Bogo, another top 10. So we'll take it and move on to next week.
Oh, my apologies here. Try this again. Alex, great job on that one. Um, you did a great job with that strategy. It really worked out for you. Sorry I can't get you the best interview that I possibly can. So go ahead and earn yourself another victory next week, and we'll make this right for you.
Oh, yeah,
Congratulations,
man.
and we'll see you next week.
Yes, sir. We'll see you again soon.
All right, that was Alex Coffey, your winner today. Again, my apologies to finish this race. That my headset came disconnected a little bit there and seems to have ruined what I can hear. Just glad that you guys, as fans, had an opportunity to still listen to your top three finishers after that one. We'll go run through the race results here one more time. Alex Coffey is your winner, winning from the pole today. Chris Carroll in second. Tanner Marr is your third place finisher, as it's now showing. Jason Raymond in fourth. Levi Allen in fifth. Brandon Metler in sixth. Willie Everham in seventh. Chris Stiss in eighth. Brian Zimmerman, after a dominating day today, would wind up ninth. Brennan Bogo in 10th. Bradley Yao in 11th. Again, Bradley, I hope I'm saying your name right. Message me afterwards to get it right if I'm not. Joshua Sexton in 12th. Brian Lofton is in 13th, as it should be. Nathan Hale in 14th. Christian Pittman will wind up 15th. Jason Day in 16th. Jack Brown in 17th. Jason Powell in 18th. Mike Klein in 19th. Scotty Stevens in 20th. James Grimm, say that correctly this time, in 21st, and Frank Barberry will round out your session today in the 22nd position. Once again, I want to thank everybody in Crooked Line Racing League for giving us the opportunity to put the show on for them. I will again apologize for the little bit of an issue I had here on this. I hope everybody has a great evening. Enjoy the rest of your week, and we will see you next week for the Crooked Line Racing League's Super Late Model Series. This was SRM from Irwindale Speedway.